What's good, everybody, and welcome to our video. Our game is called Falling Towers. It's a game of manual dexterity, eye-hand coordination, strategy, and precision. Our game is more commonly used amongst family and friends, but it's not limited to these parameters, seeing as though the game is highly customizable. But it's better to show and not tell. Rosanelle will be with you in a few seconds to show you how the game is played.
The game consists of 30 lyric blocks and 21 action blocks. The 21 action blocks are divided into 12 blank blocks, 4 swap blocks, 2 steal blocks, 2 steal from all blocks, and 1 rebuild block. Players choose what to write on the blocks. It doesn't have to be song lyrics. It can also be poetry, movie lines, or quotes. To begin setting up the game, each player will choose one song and write a part of that song across 5 blocks. When players finish this step, all of the blocks, including the action blocks, will be placed face down in the middle and shuffled. Then you will begin stacking the tower in sets of 3, vertically alternating each layer. A turn in the game consists of a player taking one block from any level of the tower except the top level. If you pull a lyric block, you may keep it or discard it. To discard it, you must place the block face down on the topmost level. Beside lyric blocks, players can also pull out action blocks from the tower. There are 4 types of action blocks. The first type is a blank block. The player who pulled the blank block must discard it by placing it face down at the top of the tower. The next block is a swap block. The player that pulls the swap block will put it back at the topmost layer and then choose another player to swap a block with. The next block is a steal block. The player who pulls the steal block chooses one player who they will steal one block from. Players may also pull the steal one from all block. The player who pulls this block is allowed to take one block from each player. Another type of block that can be pulled is the rebuild block. Once the tower falls, the player who has the rebuild block can decide if they would like to rebuild the tower or end the game and count the points. To rebuild the tower, flip all the blocks so that they're facing down and shuffle. There are 2 ways to win the game. The first way is to be the first player to collect all of your lyrics and place them in the correct order. The second way to win is by being the player with the most points when the tower falls. Points are awarded by how many matching blocks the player has. If the player has 2 matching blocks, it's 2 points. If they have 3 matching blocks, it's 3 points, and so on. Any single blocks that players may have do not count towards points. Here we can see the winner is player 1 because they have 4 points while player 2 only has 3 points.
Hi, my name is Jessica Malakaj and I am the creative director of Falling Towers. So while we were playtesting the game, we realized that we did have a perfectly fine game, but we had way too many choices and we needed to decide on which would make a more exciting game and a more enjoyable game to be played. So the way we decided these choices were just going along and playing it and seeing which we thought was more of a good idea and which would be more fun for people to play. We also needed to make clear rules, like we needed a certain amount of action blocks that we would like to decide. While we were playtesting, we also thought about having a rebuild block, which we thought was really important in order for the game to last a longer time. So we decided on how many action blocks we would have, on what we would write on the blocks, and for the rebuild block, as well as many other things. So through the playtest, we were able to see what would make a more engaging game and what actually would be useful to the game, instead of just having so many choices that would just lead the game to be very boring and never ending.
And that's a wrap on the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you decide to invest in this game. Use it with your family, use it with your friends, use it with your co-workers, use it with colleagues, use it with associates. But the most important thing to do is to have fun. Thank you for your time.